Alright, now we can officially start.
Hooray!
And on the dot, I'm in my drop top. It is 7 o'clock in the dot.
Nice.
Did you want to give the, did you want to start it, Brandon? Did you want to give the year, like, real loud?
We gonna do that? We still doing that?
Like all of us collectively?
I don't know.
I'm down
like,
with that.
Can we get real smooth with it? Like,
Can we get real smooth?
welcome to the Worst Guys podcast.
Oh, you got your radio voice on.
Welcome to the Worst Guys podcast.
Alright,
What?
so we just hand this like little yer. Can I get a collective like yer? We here.
What are we, Bronx native? What
We
is
here.
this?
Yo, I mean, you didn't join in, like.
Yeah, you didn't join in, and
never do,
one, you didn't join in, and two, he don't trademark that.
Look at that.
Everybody could just
That's an
yer.
official BS.
Look at the,
Yeah,
the
it's real loud.
wavelengths.
Yo, welcome to the Worst Guys podcast. You feel me? This is basically the group chat you have with your friends. Brandon, for out loud. You feel me? I want
It's
to
a group chat with your friends, but out loud. Feel me?
Damn, I miss Freddie already.
I forgot Freddie not. Yo, where Freddie at?
So we here. I don't even know what episode we on.
Damn, I really don't know either. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's one of these
We
episodes.
on episode-
All right, so we're here.
episode.
We have two special guests. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. You feel me?
They're a little
so
shy.
if okay, let's try. So if anybody wanted to jump in, you feel me?
Sure. Hey guys out there, podcast world. It's Lou Ellen here.
Throw the IGs out there.
BX all day, at words, get in the way. What's up? Poppin', BX gang, let's go. Stand
She's
up.
doing a lot with
Zero
these
though.
mannerisms.
With a zero though.
With a zero.
Yeah,
Words,
with a
get in
zero.
the way with a
Yeah.
zero. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And my name's Maha, and my IG is my dog's Brooklyn from the block, and he's here too.
I forgot about that, the promotion. So we
Episode
actually got
15.
3 guests.
Episode
Episode
15.
15?
We do.
So yes, we got
No
3
mic
guests.
for her.
We do.
Hi, so we here,
Gotta
man.
get
So
mic for him.
as a tradition, every episode we like to be like, yo, how was your week? How was your weekend? So Maha, we're gonna start with you first. How was your week? How was your weekend? What you been up to?
Wow, my week was very eventful because it was 4th of July.
Can you bring the mic
Yeah,
a
you
little
gotta-
closer to you?
of course.
Yeah.
So it was 4th of July this week, and I actually went to 2 barbecues to get some food. One was at my mom's house, and then I went to the Garrett East, and then I went to the Gramercy Park Hotel,
Oh, you was everywhere.
which honestly,
She was everywhere.
it had a really good DJ, guys. So I don't know if you've ever been there.
Where?
But
Gram-
it was
Gramercy?
called Gramercy
That
Park
sounds
Hotel, the rooftop.
A little bougie. I'm not gonna hold you.
A little bougie. Sound like a
No, but
super
the
expensive
Sounds
brunch
like no hats.
situation.
Sounds
But
like
the
no hats.
music was really good. It was really
Sounds
good.
like a no hat situation.
Friday, I was dying at work. But, I was back in it on Saturday. I went to barbecues again, and then we went to Lovers Rock in Brooklyn, and now I'm here.
Yo, you was active this weekend.
I was.
It was very active. I got no text though.
I was.
Lulu, how was your week? How was your
It's
weekend?
a hot girl summer, everyone.
Hot girl summer.
Wow, I feel like she had a great.
Now it's very
How do
hard
you
to
follow
like
up?
live
How
up
do
to
you
that
follow
shit,
up?
right?
Should have had me go first.
Yeah, I really didn't do the same thing. I basically I was like about the fam, like July 4th.
Yeah.
So I seasoned some chicken, bought some like groceries, brought it to my mom's crib. I was like,
beautiful.
let's just grill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's just do a little grill. We made a little too much food.
That's never a
Leftovers.
problem. That's never a problem.
Never a problem, but a problem when you have like vegetarians. So it's like, damn, I guess I gotta
Who's
take
a vegetarian?
my sister and my
Oh,
brother.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That
it's
is-
a lot. It's a lot.
I tried that for like 6 months, and after 6 months, I was like, one day I just got wild hungry, and I was like, yo, Popeyes is up the block. Like, I'm gonna have to just kill
Let
it
me tell you
now.
something.
It'd be
Popeyes
hard
will
when you live in
change
the
your whole
hood.
mind. Like you like.
It'd be hard to be
Popeyes.
vegetarian when
It's
you're in
very
the hood.
expensive also.
Yeah.
to
It
eat.
is. Yeah. So then after that, I went to Bronx Public, which is like right near my house, and then I went to work all weekend. So I was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today is Sunday. I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then Saturday. So I'm working. Grinding.
Oh, shit. You getting this check though.
You know what
Getting
I'm
this check.
saying?
You feel me?
I'm grinding.
Brandon, let's get.
Damn.
How was your week? How was your weekend?
We chilled together on 4th of July. What do we do on 4th of July?
We didn't.
Oh, no,
Nah,
Friday.
Friday.
The
we
4th
went
of
to the
July, I went to a barbecue.
Not
And-
moms.
Yeah, not mine. Wow.
You didn't even go to your own family barbecue.
It was just them. It was just.
Oh, it's just them. It's just family. Like, fuck it?
Maha just pulled up for food and she left.
Can we just also tell the audience that they're siblings? I don't know. They don't.
Oh, we
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
We didn't even like.
They just
Yeah, like,
got
right.
in. They just
I feel like if they
jumped
watching the
in.
YouTube, they'd be like, "Yo,
Yeah,
she
they're
look,
like, wait a
she
minute.
look like Brandon with mascara on."
Yeah,
so
they're
it's
like,
like,
hold on a minute.
Brandon got better hair though. So continue.
Oh!
So you feel me? Right. God, oh my God.
He does though. He does. I'm not even gonna front.
Spicy.
He does have better curls than I do. But it's
All
okay.
right.
I'm gonna get there. It's only been 4 months with no heat. All right. Curly
Shout
girl
out
journey.
to Taryn, because I've fake been competing with her my whole life.
Dang.
She don't even know it. I fake hate her, low key.
He's like, look at her. Look at her.
She doesn't.
Taryn is you know Taryn.
The one that look like a chipmunk. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
she
you.
got the lit curls. Yeah, the one that we almost got into a fight over.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that
that too.
situation.
She has beautiful curls.
Oh, she does.
Yeah. Did you know that situation? Were you there?
No.
No.
I was there that day.
Oh,
got it.
you were there?
Yeah. It was for her birthday, and she like started a fight, and then we had to like do a formation around Maha.
Who started the fight?
I did not
Oh yeah,
start a fight.
Terry got a little active. I
No,
remember this
no.
situation. Terry got a little active, and then
What
like
year was this? 2015?
this was last year.
Last year.
Last year.
So it was during the summer. Like real quick, Taryn got a little active, and then she got into like a little back and forth, and then somebody like smacked a bottle off the table. So in my head, I'm like, the only two people I'm responsible for is Brandon and Maha. So I grabbed Brandon. I'm like, yo, block everything from your sister,
Over rip,
and
I'm
we
like,
here.
I'm
So
already,
we-
I'm hyping it up. I'm like,
What? The
oh, I'm like, and
Pointing.
Amiel tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, yo, pay attention.
yeah, he's getting mad hype, and I'm like, yo, pay attention, bro. They smacking bottles
I
at the
thought he was
table.
fighting, but I was sitting on the couch
Where was
drinking.
this?
I was just drinking.
Yeah, because the formation was around you already.
And
So
I'm like, I don't know where you were, Reed. I don't get into
But
fights.
where was this?
I completely forgot the name of the spot. Yeah,
No.
No, it was like a spot on the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
oh
some
yeah,
weird
La
shit.
Esquina, La Esquina.
La Esquina. I said La
Oh,
Esquina.
shout out to Chaz. He just DJ'd there.
Yeah.
But not yet.
Yeah, we know a
so,
DJ that
Yeah.
DJ.
That shit broke out, and
I
then I
know
was just
Chaz.
like, yo, pay
I don't
attention,
know
It
Brandon.
was a good party until that happened.
Okay.
But
Nah.
anyways,
But anyway.
4th of July, went to a barbecue. Then the next day we went to Jones Beach. That was my first time going to Jones Beach. It was pretty lit.
Okay.
It was smooth. You got there while late, but it's all good though.
but
We're not going.
we was on the water playing
Yeah.
football and
Yeah.
drowning.
Yo,
So-
I'm
But
not
you
gonna hold you.
live.
Salt water it does like wonders for your nostrils and like the way you breathe. You feel me? So like I'm breathing wild good for these next
My
2
throat
weeks.
was raspy.
Honestly, I think
Yeah,
salt
they don't.
water is good for everything. Your
Yes, it's
skin,
very
your
cleansing.
Yeah,
hair.
bro.
It's-
And I don't even like the beach.
It's-
I don't know
hate
if you
the
guys are
beach.
about
That
that
was
like
pretty fun, though.
universe life, but it's very cleansing for your soul.
Yeah.
Lulu, are you a beach head? Like, do you
Okay,
fuck with
so
the beach?
like all this melanin, I'm not a big beach fan, but like I'm like okay, like all my lighter people of color, I see you. Like I understand why you guys like put the tanning oil and go crazy. Yes, go crazy. So I'm like, you know what? I'll be there. Like I will support your
Oh my
journey.
God.
I will
Vibe
support the journey.
also.
No, it is a
It's
good
always
vibe.
good.
I
you
respect
know.
it because that's the only reason I went. I do not like the beach. Like I really hate the beach. Just because like my fucking like anxiety. I see so many white people around me, bro, and I just get like real anxious. And then and when I was
Sand,
growing up,
also
What
sand.
about that Orchard Beach though?
when I was growing up,
Okay.
you go to the beach and you get shot. That's really what happens.
Wait, what beach are you?
Far
Georgia?
Rock, Coney Island, like you feel me? Like I only went to hood
We're going
beaches.
to family
Yeah.
beaches.
Yeah, you
Orchard.
see?
Yeah,
So-
Orchard where you
Jones
don't go
Beach.
in the
Yeah,
water.
but
Shout
I
out
yeah.
to
was
Orchard.
wild paranoid.
Shout out to our family getting inflatable pools at Orchard Beach.
Speaking of
really?
speaking of people getting shot.
Theo Papa
Speaking
used
of people
to
getting
buy
shot, oh, shit, that's such a
inflatable-
great
when we were
transition.
little, used to buy inflatable pools, fill it up for us so we wouldn't get in the water.
No
That was
one-
a good. That's a good godfather.
The Orchard Beach water, don't get in there. That's a warning too.
Bro, Jones Beach was like
But I
that water
love
was
But Jones
nice.
Beach was fun.
No,
water
it
was
is.
nice.
It is. But don't get in the water. That's you'll
That's
grow
like
a
a
third
river.
leg.
It's not even an ocean.
It's actually my Bronx aficionado, mind. It's actually a man-made beach.
Yeah.
So people don't know that it's just not.
It's not running
it's not
water.
a natural
I
beach.
actually
Yeah.
don't
It's not like circulating, so like all the water
No.
just stays
Yeah.
there.
It like they came and just dumped.
Like if
mad
like
water
if last
in
year you like threw the wild catarro into that beach,
It's
like
still
it's
there.
still there.
there. It's still there. No,
So
it's
just
true.
like
That's why it doesn't. It's not a self-cleaning beach.
Yeah.
So they have to like have scuba divers come and like
Gotcha.
look.
yeah. And we not gonna get
Follow
too far
me,
into
follow
this.
me. You know, Twitter.
Yeah.
Bronx
That's
All right, so
Aficionado.
yeah, so me
Yeah.
and Brandon, we was at Jones Beach Friday, right? Yeah, Friday. Shout out to Caesar and Church Shorty who
Yo,
does not
Caesar
like
came
gays.
prepared, bro.
Yo, Caesar came super
He
prepared.
came with an umbrella. I never had an umbrella at the beach before.
I'm so sorry. Church Shorty.
Oh yeah.
Oh
we got
yeah,
these
so he's talking
nicknames.
to some church shorty that doesn't like gays. Cause you feel me? Is the religious thing?
She's very church.
Yeah, very church.
Very.
So the whole day I was making like
Very
wild, like
Catholic.
really gay sexual innuendo jokes.
Okay.
So I would like, she was like laying down and Caesar's like wiping the sand off her, and I was like, damn, I wish you did that to me.
And she got
then
low.
it's just
She was
like
tight.
low key like laughing, but like you kind of like, oh,
And
like, I
then
don't
me-
know about
He
that.
hit
And
you
then-
with the text like, "Yo, bro, like chill."
Nah, he hit me with the text because he thinks it's funny too.
And
By
it's
the
like,
way, this is a good time to bring up. I know you're calling her Church Shorty, but I feel like your nicknames.
Old Johns.
for-
They're bringing up Old Johns now.
For-
Old John.
Old John.
You know we got
women-
Steph on the podcast right now, right?
Yeah.
we don't like the term
Oh, the
old
nicknames?
John.
Old
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We feel.
I feel like when you guys talk about like anybody 29 and up, you're like old John, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
First
I'm
of all,
at the
that's
time
not
of my
old.
life.
okay,
That's
old
the
John,
one.
I respect it, but old John is old. She's 33. You feel me? And it gets to that
But that's
point.
not old.
First of all, I'm not 33 yet, so.
Okay,
It's
but
older
I
than
am.
us. It's older
I
than
am.
It's older than
How
us.
about vintage?
It's all perspective.
Vintage.
That's way
Vintage is
older.
a lot of
Sound like-
syllables.
No, vintage is older.
Sound like a
Vintage sounds like
Vintage sounds like you.
Like I'll call my grandma vintage.
Yes.
Like yo, she vintage
No,
right there.
I've heard someone refer to J-Lo as vintage vagina. That's why.
And I feel like that's kind of like,
Charlemagne, I think, did.
yeah, I feel like that's kind of like.
It sounds good.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to very.
I respect it. I respect it.
No,
you
vintage has value.
You like wearing vintage.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't
Yeah,
want
I
to
go
be
vintage
called
shopping.
vintage.
Okay.
I go
You know,
thrift
it's
shopping.
dusty.
Sounds like a whole like Dusty
Yeah,
Museum
it's
situation.
old,
Like yo,
like-
Shorty really like I could just picture myself like yo, Brandon, look, Shorty really vintage right
Yeah,
there.
like,
that does not
like,
sound
oh,
clean.
that's grandma.
She vintage right now.
Old John is like a little joke between us because it's perspective. So we're younger.
We feel
But I
like
look
you
younger
guys
than
should come
y'all.
up
I'm
with
just
a-
saying.
And we don't
I
put
feel like
thoughts
both of
into
us
these
look
names.
younger than both of them, don't you think? Or like same age.
No, I don't think we look younger.
Well, look, we got carded, okay, at the
Yeah,
liquor
you
store.
got carded at the
Oh,
liquor
and
store.
Brandon didn't get
Brandon
carded.
Everybody gets carded at the
Nah,
liquor
they
store.
didn't
Nah,
get
he
You didn't get
didn't.
carded.
So what does that say?
Yeah, but
maybe
he's Puerto
Brandon's
Rican.
the old John, and
So
we're
it's
like the young
so it's like a
Johns.
super heavy Puerto Rican neighborhood. So once they see a guy
Yeah, but
Puerto
the
Rican,
owners
they're
are
just
like Asian.
That's true.
yeah, but there's a super Puerto Rican neighborhood.
We'll get to that. We'll get to this neighborhood.
Oh, we'll get to
Alright.
this neighborhood
We
pretty soon.
just feel like
You
you
need
guys
a new
should think about it.
nickname,
Consider.
yeah.
You guys, I gotta go
consider
move my
it.
car. There's parking over
I
there.
appreciate
You know?
I appreciate the 2 cents.
Yo.
Brandon about to get a whole ticket. Let me check my car real
Nah,
quick.
he got pressed by like 3
Give the
little
people
kids,
what they
and that's
want.
not a joke.
I did got pressed by 3 little kids,
Yeah.
and he was like, yo, he was talking to me in Spanish. He was like, yo, you moving? I was like, no, and I was talking in Spanish. I was like, why? And then he just didn't answer.
He just looked above him.
And then
like,
one
he
kid
was
just started touching
"It's
my
above me
car."
now."
You know why? Because that's low key a parking spot. Even though it's by a pump,
Yeah.
it's low key a parking spot.
Is
I thought they were trying to mess with
Cops
us.
don't.
I
I mean,
just
there's been
wanna tell
cops
the
here the whole
listeners
week because
it's
somebody got
not.
shot. But like,
Oh, there we go.
there you go. Bang, bang.
So his
Alright,
this
so-
hood is so hood.
Yeah. So we didn't record last. What was it? Last Sunday.
Yeah.
Because so Saturday night, my
2
man.
a.m. in the morning.
Saturday night, 2 a.m. I got a bunch of videos that I won't throw up out of respect, you feel me? Because I'm not gonna be that type of guy. But somebody got shot, literally like right in front of my building.
Oh,
Yeah,
the guy
that's
Albert.
why you seen the mural right there.
Wow.
So he really got shot, like, and I sent Brandon the video of him like getting
I
carded,
was-
like super
I
crazy.
was here basically because with the videos he had me.
Yeah,
anxious.
so I was like on
Wait,
Xbox.
were you like the little like
He's right above the
Abuelita,
building.
right here,
like,
like-
with the camera? Like what is going
Bro,
on?
he saw the
up
body
there?
and everything. Like,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So so I was right here like playing Xbox, right? And then I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna take a shower. I go to my room, and then I hear the gunshots, and I'm like, oh, we active tonight. You feel me? Because from the fucking hood.
you don't know if it's
So-
gunshots or fireworks.
Nah, the difference is
True, 'cause they got-
fireworks echo. Gunshots is really just like one time, pop. That's it. It's just
Yeah.
like you. That's all you hear.
Fireworks go up into the air. So
Yeah.
we're
So
sheltered on this side of town. I don't know.
so once I heard the
learned
gunshots,
something- I learned something today.
so once I heard the gunshots, I was like, all right,
I gotta start recording.
So I went to my bedroom window. Yeah, you feel me? Get it on WorldStar, go viral real quick. So
what to do.
I looked outside and then like 4 cars like skirt off real quick. Typical like just like beef. Like yo, I seen you on the block. Bop bop. I'm off this.
yeah.
And then that's why we didn't record the next Sunday because I had police tape shutting down my whole block.
News crews.
News crew. I had like Telemundo, Bronx 12 News,
Yo,
like everything on my block.
visuals.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
you know you're low key like a witness to this
I told him this
crime,
already.
right?
He knows
Like,
exactly the color of the cars that sped off
No,
and
like
everything.
you are
But
a
you know what,
key
like-
witness.
But snitches get
But you know
snitches get
what?
stitches.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I
But
do?
guys, like,
Snitches get
what if
stitches.
this guy was just like an innocent dude like you,
Nah, they
working
know who did it.
individual?
They know who did it.
Do
They know who did it. They know
They
who did it. Because I went. what
So
was
you
it?
went. Wait, you were
A
like
couple-
investigative reporting.
Nah,
you were
so a
like,
couple-
So, did you guys see from my window?
So a couple nights after, I went outside just to like, cause I'm kind of like, since I just moved here, I'm trying to get used to the neighborhood. Oh, if you heard that crunching, by the way, that's the 4th guest.
Yo, shout out to my man
Shout out
Brooklyn.
to
Birthday
yes.
next
Third
week.
guest.
Yes, Brooklyn's birthday's next week, by
Let's
the way.
go.
Segue.
We're gonna have a dog party at my house. Apparently, I
It's
just
a
found out.
quinceanera.
Today.
I'm about to bring my
Actually.
dog.
Yes,
You feel me?
please do.
Bring Lucky
I'm gonna
real
have-
time.
I'm gonna
He
have
pees
puppy
on
treats.
everything, so it's all good.
fine.
No,
So does Brooklyn.
yeah, so
Yeah.
does he.
No big deal.
Okay.
All over my house.
We'll be in the backyard.
Brooklyn in the Bronx. Let's go.
But yeah, so
Gang.
so I
Sorry.
went outside because I'm kind of like, since I moved here, I've been trying to get acquainted with the neighborhood because I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be some outsider.
Right.
right? So I talked to my man OG. He did like 30 years in prison. He outside on the block.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what's
I met him
good?
too.
Blah, blah,
Outside
what really
right
happened?
now.
him too, so I'm kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause we
I was like, yo, what really happened? Blah, blah. And he was telling me it was like over some beef.
Mm.
And that's really why he got killed.
people
See,
really,
but beef could be anything.
That sucks.
It could literally be like, yo, you got the last shirt at the store, bro. Like, that was, you saw me
beef.
eyeing that shit. Like,
Alright, that's very like.
no, but that
People
That's
do-
very
people
superficial
kill
beef.
each other over
That's very
like shoes.
superficial. You're
not getting
stepping
shot over
over my
that.
shoes. Like, you don't know, you know. So like, what?
I don't know. So it was
There's
over,
some
it was
lady
over
at the
beef.
pharmacy
So that's why
so
we didn't
mad,
record last. Oh, you have pharmacy beef?
No, she stay having pharmacy beef.
I
like,
do. You know what my theory is? I feel like, even though I'm at work, so, you know, just to plug in, I'm a pharmacist.
a
But-
real one.
Yes, not a street
street
pharmacist.
pharmacist.
a real
Licensed pharmacist.
Licensed, qualified.
for a very long time.
Napa.
I owe
Yes.
these loans.
Certified.
But anyway, the thing is, and I was listening to this on the radio, they had a topic about this, but people feel like they could go into somebody's place of work and talk to them in a certain way and not expect a response back.
Yes.
So she knows me. I'm
Yes.
very professional. I like to help the community. I work in Spanish Harlem. You know, I love my people. However, if you come at me crazy and
swinging
I
on them.
hear a curse come out of your mouth, I'm going to give you the same energy back.
keep the same energy.
Right.
Press,
You know,
press.
like I'm not
Press,
here.
press,
I'm here to
press.
help you, but you're
My
not here
don't
to
Yeah.
step all
press.
over me. So anyway, I saw this lady outside when I was coming out and I was
Okay.
closing last week, and she was like mumbling and saying, and I was like, I didn't even remember her face, but apparently she was upset because I had replied to her in a sarcastic manner inside the pharmacy, and I'm
But
like,
did you?
Are you still? I did, but like, why are you still upset about
This is
that?
when we have
Like,
to. You have to like be honest with your stories. You know.
But
what
the
I'm
thing-
saying?
the
I know
thing
you-
Because
Oh,
she
go ahead,
is
go ahead.
she is very sarcastic, but only if you press her. Thank you, Brandon. If you press her, she gets sarcastic.
Yeah.
She doesn't get like, I'm taking off my earrings and I'm about to fight you, but she's just like, okay,
it's
why
just,
are you getting crazy?
You're gonna get the
Like,
same
yeah.
energy that you give.
But the thing is,
A
I feel
little
like
less, though.
as a pharmacist, people need to get something from you. So it's like, why are you giving me attitude? Like, you need something from me.
Correct.
I think because I work at a hospital, so like when patients are admitted to the hospital, they feel like it's like a hotel. Instead of feeling like I'm about to get better, so I'm just gonna like chill out. They're like, why is my food cold? Can I have a cold press?
It's just a very
It's just like-
entitled attitude.
Yo, people are super entitled.
And
People
I
are
think it's a
super
very New
entitled.
York thing also.
It is very
like
New York,
it's just
yes.
everyone is just you should be doing this so quickly.
And
I'm like
it's
your
like,
time. And
That's
I'm like,
a- that's a-
I have 30 other patients.
The
like-
patients with the hospital is a deeper topic though, because low key, because they're going through like the whole.
Well, I
Yes.
mean,
They're going through
but
their health
But they're not
issues.
empathetic towards that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a certain line
yeah.
that
The
I
ER
think-
the ER patients are always
Like ER patients, once
Where's
they
my
get,
food? Like, shit
yeah,
like
like
that.
but once they get admitted to like a room, because I work like in a very like high end neighborhood, so
Yeah.
we don't get a lot of like your typical like I wouldn't get like people from like like the Bronx or like Spanish Harlem. Like
Yeah.
we get Upper East Siders who have a lot of money, so in their minds, like perfect example. This week I had a celebrity. I will not say who it was, but
HIPAA,
I had a
HIPAA.
celebrity and. Like he had a heart issue. So to me, I'm just like, focus on like being better. But instead he was like, my food is cold. Why is this shit so like not tasty? And I'm like, bro, we're giving you the bare minimum because you're on an NPO diet.
Was
Like
he on the top floor?
he was on the
Hotel
top
suite?
floor. Yeah, exactly. So they like call it the Hilton
Yeah.
because it's just like, yo, but we don't.
I don't know if you know this, but there's like
Pushing meds
on
here.
every hospital there's like the top floor. They save it for like what do you call
Like
it? High,
celebrities.
Yeah, high level patients.
That's
whatever.
like over my head.
But it's like a hotel. Like they have like carpet like everywhere, which is very
Damn.
That's
unhygienic.
interesting, right? That's actually very interesting. How even in healthcare, people get treated differently.
Yeah.
depending
It's
on what
true.
way they have. That's
It's
sad.
true.
That's really
It's
sad.
true.
but that's expected though.
And the
If
only
they got
thing
money,
that's
it's like
It
well,
shouldn't be
yeah,
like
but
that.
the only thing
And
that's like
it's-
the
But we're all, the doctor's getting paid the same amount, no matter what, no matter who
Yeah.
they're treating.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So why do you get?
But the thing is,
less
if I
than-
have way more money than
But it
Brandon,
doesn't-
it's
but
like
doesn't
But
matter.
it
You're
really,
not paying
it's
more.
really not about money. It's really
not.
about your insurance. So
Right.
like, if
Or,
you
yeah,
have
if I
the
have
best
better
insurance,
insurance.
which is like the American Express, right? Like, let's say you have Cobra. So you're like, oh, I have the American Express. I could get any doctor. I can do anything. And people don't realize, even when you go to the ER, they base what they give you on your insurance. So if you have Medicare or Medicaid, they're going to give you like basic level care. So Tylenol.
That sucks.
But if you have Cobra, you can get a whole plethora of like other drugs, like chime in because I don't really know them. So like ibuprofen, like, you know, there's like another.
But I can argue. You know, I can argue that like if I'm like,
they'll give you generic, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, nah, and to be honest, like I hear it, but like if I'm like Brad Pitt, you feel me? Why should I be in the same level of competition with Brandon? Like if we came in with the same thing, like if we came in with the same problem, like if we both had a heart problem, like I'm Brad Pitt, bro. Like I brought y'all a lot of happiness.
Okay, so
why should I be held to the same standard as Brandon?
But you're not Brad Pitt. No offense.
But I'm just saying. Because you could be. So I understand.
And I believe in like goals. So like if you want to be Brad, like yo, go for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you're not. So let's say if you got hurt, like you, God forbid, knock on the wood, you like fell off the train track, and there's like, yo, this is like getting a little crazy, but there's like an immigrant who fell on the track. He's an honest worker, construction worker. He doesn't have papers. He has no insurance, but you guys got the same issue, injury, whatever. You both walk into the emergency room. Why shouldn't he get care? Because you don't have because he doesn't have insurance, or because you do?
Yeah. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is.
You know what's crazy?
That's how we weigh out.
This is why people say
that's how we weigh it out.
Us all the time that we wouldn't survive in healthcare because we have like what is that, like a moral compass?
Yes, of course.
You know, like
I say
when
this
you
all the time, right?
Yeah,
exactly. I've been working in a pharmacy since I was 17, and my mom all the time, she's like, "Why don't you just buy your own store?" And I'm like, because I have a moral compass, and like I would never succeed because I feel so bad for people who can't afford their medicine.
No, I hear you.
Like,
I hear you.
It's horrible.
You're talking to the same person that believes that in Thanos's idea of wiping out half the world, half the population.
Thanos is right, but no, I'm just saying because like so. It's just one of those things.
Resources, like
it's just one of those things. Like I know in a perfect world, like yes, we should both all get the same type of healthcare. Like a life is a life regardless. Like in a perfect world. But I'm just saying. So I work with kids, and I work with a lot of overage kids that are.
Yeah, like how do you feel that when you work with kids?
So this is a perfect example. I had a kid that was 18 years old.
Damn.
What the fuck?
He dead. Listeners, I just want to say.
Popped up. Siri just popped up randomly, bro. What was that about?
He told us to silence our phones, and we did. And how you gonna be the host and you don't silence
the
your
rules?
It's one of those things where it's not a perfect world. So I'm the host of this podcast, so it's like you feel me. I'm allowed to leeway.
He has better insurance on the podcast.
On the podcast.
So it's one of those things where it's like, I had this kid. He was an 18-year-old 8th grader, and he kept coming to school, and I was like, bro, stop coming. At this point, let me get you in a GED program.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because there's other options. But in a perfect world, you'll keep coming to school and then you'll graduate the 8th grade. But like, bro, you're 18. Get a GED program. I gotta connect.
I disagree. I think that was a good.
No, I think that you gave him options, which most people wouldn't.
Option, and there's also like there's levels to the options. So it's like I wouldn't.
You have to be realistic in life.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm saying. We have to be realistic. So that immigrant that if I fell on the train tracks and that immigrant fell on the train tracks.
What we're trying to say is that doesn't have to be real life.
Right.
That's what we're trying to say.
Right.
There can be a change.
It can be.
There can.
There can be. It's a capitalistic world.
There can be a change.
And that's why. But that's why. This is why they're
that beat from Kanye.
You're gonna edit that
drop
in?
right now.
Yo, shout out to Kanye, yo. Like, I mean,
don't
I
get
know.
Me started. Don't get me
no,
started.
I mean, we're like big Kanye fans.
We're big Kanye fans.
No, we
listens
are.
to rap music?
Wow.
All right, so.
Wow. Actually, we went to the
was
Kanye concert 2 days in a row.
Yeah, no,
well,
you did.
I went, actually. I
worked the next day. I worked.
Tickets for the floor seats.
Yes.
And I had such a good time.
Because Kanye is the greatest of all time.
It was the best time ever. Just
I won't get into it too much, Kanye is just the greatest artist of all time.
Did you watch his interview on David Letterman on Netflix?
Religiously. I watched it 3 times.
It was very good.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
All right, so before we tail off into Kanye, because I can talk.
We gotta wrap that whole people situation up So I think we can wrap it up like people
No,
die
but the
every
funny
day.
thing is we talked about all
I
that stuff, but we
mean,
didn't even get into
I
like.
just want to
literally
say
people die every day.
no,
Like,
it's
doesn't-
true.
People
It's
do
true.
die every day.
But
There's a
I feel like
obituary.
this is like the healthcare couch right here, like which could be a podcast coming soon.
The health podcast.
I was gonna say that there's not a lot of people of color that work in healthcare. So a lot of these decisions that are being made for people of color are being made by white people, which no shout out to them. Like,
No
like,
shout out to them.
you
There you
know,
go.
nah.
There you go.
Yo, you know what
I'm
I'm
not a
saying?
fan of
Like,
white people either. So
I'm
it's all good.
just saying, like, I'm talking about like administrative wise,
Nah, yeah,
like
yeah.
who lets who in. It's like basically the bodyguard
We're just not supportive of them
at
being
Bob
enforced.
Bar, you know, and he's like, you can't come in, but you can come in. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
deal with the
crazy.
same shit where it's like the principal at the school I work at is white, and the director of the program that I work for is white, and they get to make the decisions for all these black and brown
And they don't
kids.
Yeah, and they don't
And I'm just like,
understand it.
so they'll ask me, they'll be like, yo, like, why don't we have this many kids staying for after school? I'm like, bro, it's because we're not doing this, that, and the third. And then
Right.
they'll be like, I don't think it's because of that. And I'm like,
You're like,
how the fuck you
actually,
telling somebody
yes.
brown from the Bronx
Right.
why you don't have more Bronx kids staying for after school?
Because they can't relate.
But they can't relate. So yeah, so I know we tailed off into like a lot of that, but you guys kind of touched on what you guys do. So you are a pharmacist,
That's
and
right.
Lulu.
I am a cardio monitor technician.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like to like reel it back to kind of
Insert
like
heartbeat right now. Boop, boop. Boop, boop.
Love them.
we got a whole medical
Love
field
them.
in this whole apartment right now, bro.
Yo, if anything happens to you, look, you safe
He's
right
CPR
now.
Yo, I'm CPR and AED certified,
Yo,
bro.
so-
like
I
if
mean,
the-
so am I. You
I just
know,
want to give him. Is it here?
that's also true. Do you have a farm tech available?
So I guess we could start with Lulu real quick.
Sure.
So I guess it's kind of like the process of how you got to where you are. Kind of, you could give us the
What a
spark notes.
journey.
Like if you could give us a spark note. So like out of high school, what did you want to be? Like kind of that.
This is gonna be the best story ever. Okay,
Ah,
so
shit.
we went to Preston High School together.
That's right. PHS, yes.
04.
All girl high school.
All
in
girls,
Grosneck in
you
the
know, so
Bronx.
there was no distraction, you know, we just hyper focused. And I did a lot of musical theater. So I was like, okay, I don't want to do musical theater, but I want to get into like radio broadcasting. So I applied to like a whole bunch of schools, but I went to St. John's, which we also went to school together at St.
Oh,
John's.
shout out to Brandon and St. John.
I hate
gang.
St. John's.
All right,
He
real quick,
doesn't-
I'm gonna put this window up because it's
Yeah,
definitely
please,
very
please.
hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'll just mute all the
Not a problem.
outside.
Oh,
So
oh, it just got super loud in here.
Nah, it's fine,
Did
bro.
it?
I can mute
No.
the
I
volume
feel
in the
like
background.
no. So yeah, we went to St. John's together. I decided to do radio broadcasting, and then I was like, I'm not really being challenged. You know, I'm spending all this money, so I'm gonna take up film. So I graduated with my degree in TV and film, and then my mom was basically like, you know, we in a recession, right? So there's like no jobs. I was interning at NBC. My mom was just like, if you can't find a job in 6 months, you're gonna have to work at my job. So my mom works at the same hospital that I work at now, and she was just like, you can't find a job, so this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I ended up like, I was working there as I was going to college as a secretary. So I was doing a lot of like secretarial work. And then there was an opportunity that one of the doctors there was like, I think you would be perfect for this. It's just, you just have to take a course, you know? So I was like, okay, I'm down to learn whatever, new things, new opportunities. So I did a like 6-month course on heart rhythms, and it was like all cardio, just everything about your heart I learned. So like how the blood flows in and out, and all the anomalies of the heart and what can happen, and
Left
the
atrium, right atrium.
right.
Oh, shit. Look at xraydaddy.com
yo,
right here.
Yeah, getting really advanced. And then I also learned about like the lungs, because
Yeah.
it's like, you know, correlates with each other. And so after that 6-month course, it's been like 7 years now. So
That you've been in this field already?
I've been in this field, yeah.
In
So
the heart?
and yeah, so basically cardio monitor technicians, what they do is you get connected to a monitor, a heart monitor, and we identify what your rhythm is. So every person has like a fingerprint. Everybody has a different heartbeat, heart rate. You could have a fibrillation, which is like super crazy. Like there is no beat, but it's just like erratic beating. So your heart is just like beating super fast. or you have like a normal sinus rhythm, which is like normal for any human adult. Yeah, so I could like go into that, but it gets a little crazier.
Say that for the health
so I don't
podcast that we're gonna.
Yeah. The health podcast
Yeah.
is coming, so I'll let you guys know about that. But that's pretty much where my journey is now, and I'm just trying to get more behind the scenes. So I just want to do more administrative work and like really help patients get the best healthcare that they can receive.
What do you think is the end goal? Like, what do you see yourself like really like? Yo, this is what I'm trying to do in this field.
To be quite honest, I would like to work for the World Health Organization. I want to make policies because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be changed, but there's just not enough younger voices out there. So right now, like you have a lot of older people, old Jawns. You have a lot of old Jawns. I'm talking about like 70-year-olds, actual old Jawns, that are making these rules, and it doesn't really apply to anything. So that's the end goal for me.
All right. I heard this funny joke where it's funny how like older people make policy for us when they know they're not going to be around in the next 10 years.
It's true.
So it's just like, yo, like a lot of people like to tell us like, yo, global warming is not a real thing. It's like, cause bro, you're not going to be around to experience it. So it's like, and I can see why you're telling me it's not a thing.
Frustrating. Like, and I think obviously I feel like, well, maybe not Maha, but like you guys know, like when you work below somebody and they're telling you like, this is what it is. And you're like, this is not the right thing.
Yeah.
It frustrates you as the professional because you're like, I want to do more to help the community, but you can't. So you feel stuck. But the end goal is policy making. So, yeah.
All right. So, Maha, we're going to transition it. You feel me?
Go.
So, Maha, out of high school, about to hit college, what are we doing?
So, actually, I started interning at a pharmacy my senior year of high school because our high school was very big on, like, women empowerment and, like, getting us into fields.
How did you get that intern? How do you get that internship?
It was a class. So it was a class offered in senior year. So I took it because I was like, oh, you can get out of class early on certain days. Yeah, no, for real. And they ended up putting each girl in a different spot. Like one was in a lawyer office, one was at a school. I got put in a pharmacy. And my cousin's a pharmacist. So it was like familiar territory. And when I was there, I was just like, yeah, I like this. Like I could do this, you know? Mm-hmm. So what interested me about the career was it was very flexible. So I learned like, okay, once I get my degree, I could work at a chain store like CVS, or I could work at a small store like a family owned, or I could work for a company. I could travel, which is really ideal for someone like me who I was just like, I guess I have a fear of commitment a little bit, and I feel
that. So it's all good.
You know, this is something like I could get my degree.
Talk about that later.
I could get my degree, and you know, I could do this, but then I could move on to something else. So I went to St. John's for pharmacy school, and I owed them a lot of money. You know, if anybody wants to pay my loans, you know.
St. John's
out here, St. John's.
But
I feel the same way.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a rough program. I'm not gonna lie, you know. But I love what I do. I've actually never worked for a chain, which is very funny. So I have all this flexibility, but I've always liked working for an independent. I had an amazing boss for 10 years. I worked with him. I had my own store in Brooklyn that he let me run, and it was really good because I actually do like helping. I speak Spanish, so there's not a lot of pharmacists that actually help and stuff like that.
I don't know a single pharmacist.
So like I'm very in the scenes, in the front. I like to talk with my patients. I love them. It's a good time for me to be at work, you know. But yeah, I mean, I do the basic stuff, you know, check scripts, make sure nothing interacts.
Yeah. So do you guys feel like in your respective field where you're at, like that's where you're supposed to kind of be? Like, do you feel like, yo, yes, like I'm here, I'm gonna make this difference, and
so
it's just like
I feel like I'm not gonna be in this forever. So I last year actually left my job. The boss I was working for 10 years, I finally left because I feel like I wasn't growing as a person. And so I left and I took a little leap of faith. I didn't really have a job lined up. I took a month off. I went to a seminar for pharmacy ownership, and that shit was a slap in the motherfucking face because to own a business, you need to actually have money. Like, you can't just take out loans, you know? So I was thinking about opening up a store. That didn't really work out. So I ended up getting another job. And while I love my job, I'm also like, I need to grow as a person.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to do something else. What I want to do, I don't know. I don't really have it figured out, but I feel like I'm in this phase in my life right now where I'm just kind of going with the flow, which is very unlike what I've done my whole life, because everything's always been outlined for me. Like I did,
like super calculated. Like,
everything's
like,
been like, okay, I have to plan to study for this test at this time. I have school. I have work at this time. I have to run this. I have to do this. And now it's just like, I don't know. I'm living with roommates for the first time. Like, everything's so different for me.
But that could also be like super exciting too.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure it is. Yeah.
But it also like super anxious because like that's not you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, because you are this person that's super, So like, because you're super organized. You're like, this is kind of fun to go with the flow, but then you're like, chill. Like, I would like to have a little more stability, you know? Yeah, but same. I feel the same way. Like, that's enough.
Bike gang.
That's enough. I feel that healthcare is where I should be, but I am super like creative. I like to like use all my talents. So I sing, I like dabble in the arts. So I want to combine those things. Like, I basically want to get to a point where I have a schedule that I'm able to do both. You know, like do what you're passionate about, but do also what like keeps the lights running, you know?
What I get from you guys is that you guys were super like out of high school going into college. You guys seem very like calculated. Like, you were like, yo, I am going to this school. I'm going to major in this. And I respect it because I wasn't that way. Like, when I graduated high school, I took a year off and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I want to do. And then I worked at a summer camp and I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting paid to go to Six Flags. Like, I'm trying to work. Like, I'm trying to work with you. That's it. Like, this is it. So I guess you guys, my question with that is like, how do you guys see it now, like looking back on it, where it's just like, are you happy with kind of like the way you went about it, where you guys seem super calculated with it?
You know what? That's like a really good question. And I think there's like pros and cons to everything, obviously. I love my childhood. Obviously, Brandon's my brother, so he knows. My mother
Shouts to Brandon,
is
yo. Shouts
very,
to Brandon being the
very
younger brother.
strict growing up. You know
Crazy.
what I'm saying? Like, she was like, school's number one. And I appreciate that because I am the successful woman I am because of my mother, my grandma, all of that support. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think was drilled in us like when we were younger. And I'm not saying it was a scam, but it was like, it's always like, oh, college. And I'm like, I used to think that everybody had to go to college to be successful. And now in hindsight, you know, as an older woman, I'm like, okay, I realize like it's not for everyone, and that doesn't have to be everyone's path. Like, it doesn't have to be so calculated for everyone. So while I don't have things figured out, even as a 32-year-old right now, I'm like, that's okay. Like, it's okay to be like this, you know? And I think it's important to remind people, even in their 20s, like, yo, it's okay. Like, you know, because I think that the minute we thought we didn't have something together, we freaked out. You know, which adds to the anxiety. And I feel like a lot of people suffer with anxiety. It's good that like people talk about it more now, but you know, that was a big thing for me. Like, I used to panic. Like, I'd be like, oh my God, if this doesn't work out, it's the end. But it's not. Like, it's really not.
I mean, for me, and I was just talking about this with my roommate, like, I don't get anxiety. I'm just more of like a chill person. Like, I'm more of a like, okay, this is not working, let's find a solution. Boom. Like, that's it. Like, I don't want to panic about it, but I understand anxiety.
Must be nice.
Right. Like, that's what I mean. Like, because so many of my friends have it, so I'm like, when they talk about it, I'm like, that is so foreign to me, but I get it. I understand why some people, like, it's so much like stuff happening, it's overwhelming. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know. But me, like, when things weren't working out with like radio and broadcasting, I was just like, I'm gonna just switch.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Like, if you're not happy, you move, you know, like wherever you are. That means like if you're not happy at work, you're not happy in a relationship, you just get up and go. You know, that's just how I was raised.
I also think that's right. I think that's different. Like the upbringing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like, right.
But I was still raised like education is first.
Right.
You know,
right,
like,
right.
oh, you got a A-. That's nice. Why not the A+? Like, and it's
Right,
like, oh, okay, but can we celebrate? Like, I just got this A, you know, by
minus,
myself in this math class, and I'm not good at math because I failed the region. We're not going to talk about this right now, but shout out to Courtney, who did not tutor me for the Math A Regents. Like, I'm still hurt. Like, you know, you see, like, it's triggering. But, like, even you saying, like, oh, I got a year off, like, or I just took a year off.
Yeah.
My mom would be like...
Oh, my mom killed me for that shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was working at, like...
oh, your parents were cool with that?
Nah, I was working at, like, my mom was like, yo, you either getting a job or you going to school or I'm kicking you out. It's one of the two.
Right.
So it's one of the three. So then, like, I was like, shit, I don't know what I want to do. So then I just got, like, a job at Foot Locker. And then I was
Gotcha.
working that for a year. And then...
Let me ask you a question. This is not to, like, bring up, like, Foot Locker. I don't know, like, if you can we bleep this out? I don't know. But was it hard to get a job at Foot Locker?
I had a plug.
See, this...
I had a plug.
Because I feel like when I was a teen, I was like, oh, I want to work.
That
at
seemed
Foot
like a lit
Locker.
ass job
Yes,
at
it
that
was
time,
lit.
bro.
I want
Like,
the
Foot
hot ass
Locker,
uniform.
you get the percentage off, you feel me?
See, like you was talking about the shoes, but I was really looking at the uniform. Like, my shit is going to be official. Like, I'm going to be a ref.
Nah, I had the...
Like,
That was...
low key.
I hate when I go.
the
I hate when I
terms.
go into Foot Locker and they don't know what shoe I'm talking about.
That's me.
And
That would have been me.
And then
I'd
I'm
be
just like, why are you
I'm just here for
here?
the uniform.
yeah, I'm
like,
just
why
here
you
for the
working
uniform,
here?
sir.
That
Like,
was literally the first time I found out. I was like, damn, you really can't get anything unless you have a plug.
Right.
So, like, the job I got at
It's
Foot
true.
Locker, my boy was the manager. And then after that, I worked at Zoomies. My boy was the manager. So, like, I had a plug. That's when I was like, yo, I got to network. I got to know as many people
back
in
then,
the world. I got to know. And
they
then
used to do, like,
I
that
worked from there.
personality test as part of your application. And I'm like, I mean, first of all, I have great personality.
Still debatable.
But, right. But then when you just like, I mean, wow, I just heard what you said. So like,
And then you
no,
agree with
yeah, I
it.
was like,
So
yeah.
it's like-
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So then I'm like, wait, the personality says like this is kind of difficult. Like it's like, so if your manager asks you if you caught someone stealing, would you tell them yes, I caught them? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm telling, I'm snitching.
Yeah,
And then
'cause
it's
you're trying
like,
to keep your job.
sorry, you're not getting this job. Like,
It's like,
wow.
oh, you wanted me to steal with him.
What?
Oh,
Right, like
damn.
what?
I should have
It's
known
like,
that.
what are the right answers for the
God.
personality test? That's a throwback. I mean, I also applied for Blockbuster, but you know that failed. So
Oh, Blockbuster,
you
bro.
know, man, we are.
We had a
Old Johns.
Blockbuster in Throgs Neck.
We're old Johns.
Brandon went to Blockbuster.
Oh, but then you had
though.
an issue with the nickname.
No.
Old
I remember.
John, you feel me?
I remember
Like,
going to
I'm saying-
Blockbuster
Brandon
like during like some
Blockbuster.
weekends to get like
Yeah.
a movie, snacks, stuff like that.
Okay, like and Hollywood Video. That
We're
was
not
part
that
of it.
young. Like
Yeah, we're not that young. I
Say it
remember
again. One more
Blockbuster.
time.
I have a fight.
And then say
I
it
have
in, like
I-
when they do the Instagram, I want them to like do the slow mo. We're not that
Young. You gotta talk to Brandon because he does all the editing.
yeah, because I do that.
my gap in between who I date is a 5-year max.
What?
I'm talking about like the old John dating thing, like and
Oh.
the difference of like who's too.
Oh, so
Okay,
you know
okay.
what? So Lulu, how old are
Transition.
you if you don't mind me asking?
I am 33 years old. That's a Jesus year. That means it's the best year.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
here?
Maha, how old are you if you don't mind me asking?
Hold on.
I'm-
Can we? What is?
Jesus year because he
Jesus
died at
year.
33.
He died at
Died
33. baby.
I didn't know
Come
this.
on, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, you never
How
heard
did
that
you know
Nas
this?
one
He
mic?
resurrected. Like,
How did you know
is-
this?
Nas got a song called One Mic. He was like, Jesus died at 33.
Yeah,
Six
Jesus
shots.
died
did not
at
know
33.
this.
That
True,
means
Brandon.
that his best
You know I'm
year
a
was like
super
when he
hip-hop head.
resurrected.
All right. Last
you
time I went
know?
to church was like for my
You don't got, you
confirmation.
just gotta listen to Nas.
Wow.
There you go. Boom. All right, so Maha, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 32. I'll be 33 in August. Leo.
Okay, so I got a gripe with old Johns. You feel me? So I was
Is this
talking.
a hot take?
It could be. It
Okay,
could be.
I'm ready
So
for this.
I'll give you context real quick. So last year I dated John that was 32. I was 24 at the time.
Wait,
yeah.
the one that I met
That was at the.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I was
Was she
32.
34?
Yeah, we. Oh,
Yeah, we met her.
No, she was 32.
Oh,
She
her
was-
aunt was 34.
Her aunt was 34. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, have y'all
What?
heard this story? Can
we
we,
met
just
her. We
Oh,
met
okay.
her
So
'cause
real
we were at
quick,
the
how we
party.
met them. This is how I met
Oh,
Shorty.
you said this story on a past episode.
We're gonna repeat it.
All right.
Yeah, I
so
don't
real quick,
remember
I'm gonna
this.
just run through it real quick.
I saw
Okay.
So
it,
me
yeah.
and Brandon went out one random night.
Louis and Chance.
And then Louis and Chan's gang. It got super gentrified, by the way. I went there
Everything got
last time, and there was a
super
lot of
gentrified.
white people. So Brandon did this thing that I put him onto, where he's like, once you see two girls, you point them out and you tap me. You let me know, like, oh, we out over there.
Okay.
So Brandon sees two girls and he goes, yo, we out over there. So we walk over there to go dance with them. Brandon goes to dance with the one that I ended up dating. So we're gonna name her Old John,
Really?
listen.
but he got curved.
Wow.
So then I danced. So then I danced with.
But
the,
like, who really got curved in the long run?
Wow.
I guess. You're right.
The change in
You're right.
Amiel's face right now.
You're right. So then I danced with the aunt. And then the next song switched over, and I was like, damn, Brandon, the one you was trying to dance with was fire. Like, I want to dance with her. So then I go dance with her, and, you know, I'm successful.
You were okay with this? You were like...
Bro, as soon as she carried me, I dipped, and I was like just sipping on like a rum and coke.
So you feel me?
In the background.
While
While
Amiel is like dancing with both of them like simultaneously.
2 for 2 out here.
Like,
Brandon got the Jordan meme, like the crying meme. Like,
So I'm 2 for 2. So I danced with my future wife, and then right from there on, it's all successful. We all take a cab back to the Bronx, because they was from the Bronx.
Okay.
I end up talking to her the whole way back, and then I get the number, blah, blah. So that's how I met her.
Okay.
So it's all Brandon's fault that I got my heart
Turns out her
broken.
friend was her aunt.
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, we have a cousin.
Yeah.
Do we? 34?
No.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
we do.
I feel like I'm a part of this family, honestly. But you have a cousin that's
Like 2 years apart. Because Andrew and Joey, they're like 2 years apart,
I
right?
don't know how old they are.
Well, they're close in age, is what I'm saying.
Honestly, I don't
So
know.
I guess that's to give you guys context to my bigger question, where it was like, so we ended up breaking up, and a big reason for the breakup
Yes, I
was
was going to ask this.
a big reason
Tell
for
us
the
everything,
breakup
yes.
was because I at least felt like she had me on a time limit, where it was like, yo, she's 32, so if we date for 3 years and I break up with her, now she's 35 and I'm 27.
She was afraid of wasting time.
I don't care.
Well, some women are on
Yeah,
on
they're
a
very
timeline.
much on a timeline.
Not us.
Yeah, we
but-
don't care. We
Not us.
clearly,
Not us.
yeah, clearly, we do
Not
not
us.
care.
So I
Yeah.
guess my
Clearly, I'm
bigger
wasting all
my
my
bigger
time.
question is
my time.
my
That's
bigger
all.
question is I super like, from this little conversation and from what I've known of y'all, I super love y'all, because y'all are like brown and black women and are super successful.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know he was gonna do this.
Brandon-
No, so like you
Brandon-
know,
talk about
this
that.
little tribute.
I know,
Brandon, do
right?
you love me? How much do you love me?
Oh, no, can you
But
just say
in
for
the
the
sense of, like,
podcast,
in
so
the
it's just so.
Just
you
Brandon,
know.
tell me you love
I'm
me.
gonna let y'all rock. I'm gonna let y'all rock. Go ahead.
Just before you know, just come on. Like,
What?
little
Say
sibling
what?
love.
You love your
Little-
sister.
Come on.
Come
sibling
on.
love. Come on.
What? I love both of y'all.
No, but I mean, say it for her, though, because it's really for her. See?
What do I say? I love you. What are you talking
No, but
about?
say it right now.
Just say I
I love you,
Yes.
Maha.
Oh,
Thank
see, there we
you.
go.
Oh, that's so
Okay.
sweet.
Thank
But yeah, like I was super like stan both of y'all, because y'all black and brown women that are super successful in what y'all do.
Well, thank you.
So
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I guess my
We
bigger
appreciate
question
it.
with that, you're welcome. I guess my bigger question with that is just like, how do you guys gauge the field? So when you guys go out and then like, oh man, somebody's trying to pull you up, like, yo,
This
what's
sounds
up,
like a-
Lulu? Let me get you this drink. What you
This
doing tonight?
sounds
Blah,
like
blah.
one
So-
more hour episode.
This does. It sounds like a 2-hour episode right here.
It could be however long we want it to be.
First of all, my Bumble just went off, so that's how you know.
did.
Yeah,
Bumble.
literally, it
Do
was
you use
just like,
that? Do you use that new one that is like video chat?
no, that
No.
is too much.
No,
Like,
yeah.
no. So, firstly, I'm a single woman. You know, shout out to
Oh,
everybody
gang,
out there.
holla
you
at Lulu,
know,
everybody.
Like, I mean,
We gonna throw
you
the IG in the
know, I'm just saying-
description.
yeah, I mean, like, not too many of y'all, because I get a little over anxious about it. But, yeah, like, playing the field. I don't know. To be honest with you, men are a mystery. Because, like, I don't know what y'all be thinking. Like, if we're out, first of all, we don't go out. Well, for me, I don't go out to like find a dude.
Yeah.
I feel like dudes go out to find girls. Like,
We used to.
Sometimes.
no,
but
but
then
I'm just saying.
No,
like,
yeah,
in
I'm
general.
not for you. But I was gonna drop like the quick like I used to do that. Like when I first turned 21, 22, I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm out here, I'm trying to bag everything. But now I instilled this in Brandon. I was like, yo, we go out is
Just
no
to go out.
expectations.
Right.
We just out to just
But
have
I feel
a good
like you
time.
guys have to like plan that. Like, you guys are like, tonight we're just having fun. Like, if you go out with your girls, it's just like, yo, I look mad cute, right? Like, I just want one guy to be like, let me buy you a drink. That's it. Like, but we're gonna dance in a circle like all night. Like, we're gonna get it popping. Like,
Actually, right. We're bad examples.
Yeah,
of like
'cause we
what
are
single
nerds.
women do. Some other single women do, because
Yeah.
I think there are some that go out with the intention of finding men.
That's true,
And I'm
yeah.
like, I feel like our group of friends,
We
which
don't.
we realized there was a big problem within us.
Yes.
Because when we were going out, we were so interested in ourselves.
Yes.
And like dancing with each other and just
Yo.
hyper focused.
That's
on
why I
ourselves.
said I super stand y'all, because
Yeah.
it's just like
But,
y'all
right,
so
and
about
it
y'all,
does.
and
It
y'all
does.
you know
It's
you
just-
got y'all money, so it's
I
like
think that's
it
what
ruins
happens.
it ruins it
big
for
Birkin
us.
bags. You feel me? Like all
I
this
think
right
when
here, like,
women
yeah,
are
facts.
more established in their own self, it is a little bit harder, right?
Yes.
Because, I mean, I don't want to say like other women are like desperately looking for men, but
No.
like it's just it's that sense of like, oh, I need a man, and I'm like, when we go out, it's like we don't need this.
We don't need this.
We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't.
No, we don't though. Like, we just about each other. Like, no, like, that's why, and I think it makes it very difficult for us because guys can't get in. Like, there's no, like, if they're feeling Maha, they can't be like, oh, let me talk to Maha, unless he's like very secure, which is very attractive.
I think there's two sides of the spectrum that, I mean, for myself, I experienced. It's somebody either like super cocky, who's gonna be like, you know, overly confident, but in the worst ways, and I'm just like, no.
That shit is just like a super turn off, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously everyone has their preference. I like the underdog. I don't like show offs. I don't like I like to show off. You know, I like to shine. I don't want someone competing with me. I don't want someone trying to steal the spotlight as a man. I don't know. I don't think that's like something I'm into. And then there's the opposite where someone is just like super intimidated and they won't even speak to me sometimes where I'm like, kind of feeling this person.
Right, and he's not even making the move.
Right. And then I'll find out later it's just like, oh, well, I didn't speak to you because I didn't think I could.
So
why do we have to make the first move though?
We do, because we're guys.
You don't.
To be honest.
You don't.
You don't.
We low-key do.
Definitely don't.
Come on.
They lie.
Don't lie.
I've made the first move before in my life.
So have I,
Once
and it's
in your
always
life?
been a fail.
No, not
I'm
once.
just saying. Like,
Come on.
when I make the
Nah,
first move,
wait,
when
this-
I make the first move, dudes always tell me like, you're too aggressive. Like, give me some
What?
time. Let me be the man. Because
Okay, I could definitely.
me, I'm like, yo, like, you want to go out or what? Like, you know what
I
I'm
wish
saying?
girls bought me drinks.
I'm not buying you.
Oh, I like a drink. Nah.
Okay, so I
Like, we
can
gotta buy
see-
y'all drinks. Like that's all.
No,
you
you
have to buy
don't.
me a
You
drink.
don't. You don't.
I can see where like you guys would come to guys and they'll feel some type of way because like I can see how like you guys are established in your field, so it's like you're good. Like
I mean,
Lulu
but nobody
and Maha-
knows that. Like,
But the thing is,
looking at us.
yeah,
but like the way you come off, like I like to think I'm a good person in like reading at least like somebody. So I'm like, yo, when I talk to her or when I see her, I'm like, all right, I know I can pull her or I know I can't because
Yeah.
she's out of my league.
Right.
So, but then it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm super confident in myself. Like, my favorite thing to be is like, yo, like I work with kids, Shorty. Like, come on, like,
Right.
who else is better than that?
Right.
So it's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm just gonna pull regardless
Right.
because
You're already so vulnerable.
Yeah,
in your
right.
job.
and so I can definitely see how guys like how Lulu you might come off, and then like, oh shit, like, yo, if I'm some guy that like, and no disrespect to retail because I worked that shit for like 4 years. If I would still work at retail and Lulu come up to me and she over here working with my heart, like, damn,
That's
bro,
a
like
line,
I don't know
too.
if I can
That's
keep
a
up with
line.
that.
Let me read your heart. Like, that's a line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could really,
Outta here.
like he said, pull. I could pull, but I try to stay back, and because I know for us, we're very like, if I was like the outsider looking in, we are very like unapproachable. Because
Yeah, we learned that later on.
yeah, we did. Like, I don't,
We
and
didn't
I don't.
realize that until we were out of college, I feel.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is
Do you
really
guys-
late in the game,
Yeah.
personally speaking. Like,
I don't know, cause I ain't start really pulling till I was like out of college. But I guess my
but
question.
no, pulling and knowing what is stopping you from a dude coming up to you
Right.
is different.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
true,
you
true.
as the man, like, you trying to feel like, what is your like niche? What do
Yeah.
I do?
Or what do I want to
Yeah,
attract?
what do I- yeah.
You know, like, why
Yeah.
is it that I'm attracting this but not this?
Yeah.
And then we realize, like, yo, we're holding ourselves
Yeah,
back
true, true.
sometimes, you
Yeah.
know?
So do you guys feel like that? Are you guys still like? I hate to kind of put like a label on it where it's just like you guys are a little older than at least me and Brandon. So it's just one of those. You guys are old Jawns. You
Old
feel me?
Jawns.
So do you guys feel like going out is just like, all right, I'm gonna see what this guy has to offer, or is
But
just
that's
one of
what
those
I'm-
things where it's just like, oh, I need you to be on your shit. So then, because I know I'm on my shit, because you guys are on your shit.
I think it's per individual. I really honestly, I know that there's this big stigma where like women past 30, oh my God, she's gonna, you know, want this and that or whatever. And yeah, it probably is true for a lot of women where it's like, okay, you know, oh, I want to be married by this time. I want to have a baby by this time. I think naturally we all have that little idea in the back of our head. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I turned 30, yeah, of course, it hit the bed like, yo, all right, my biological clock is ticking or whatever. But I mean, personally for me, I can't speak for Llewellyn, but I don't feel like I'm on a timeline. I don't live life like that. As I've grown as a person, I'm really like, okay, let's enjoy the moment. Let me enjoy this person, you know. This is just how it is. And I think it's better that way, honestly. You know? I don't go out with any expectations. I'm not looking for my husband.
No. But it's also, like, I think it's fair to say, like, we both, I think, have gone through heartache. And so, like, that is why we are the people we are today.
Right.
Because of the lessons that you learn from those relationships. So, like, you with your old John, like, you know,
have wisdom.
Right. Like, and I feel like any relationship that you have that you come out of, especially if you're like, I don't really want to go back to that, there's a lesson to be learned from it.
Yeah.
So sometimes you realize, like, or maybe sometimes you don't, because like it's hard.
It takes a minute.
You know,
it
takes a
minute
minute to get over that person for real.
Yeah.
And then realize, like, okay, that person had this, and I don't want that anymore. You know, like, what is triggering me and what doesn't. And then you go out, and then you just, like she said, like, we don't go out like looking for a husband.
I never go out looking for
like
someone. Never.
Like, for her, like she was saying, like, she was, when she turned 30, like, marriage was at her front door, like, kind of like, when are you gonna get married? For me, I turned 30 and it was like an epiphany. Like, you could be by yourself, you could be married, you could have kids, you don't have to have kids. Like, the world is your oyster. So what are you gonna do? You know,
that cheesy ass saying.
Like,
it's true, but it is
when
true.
I turned 30, I had just broken up with my boyfriend, and I went to Thailand by myself for 10 days, and I think that was
super reckless.
Super reckless. You could have got like Liam
I
Neeson
don't
out
think that
there.
was reckless.
Going to Thailand by yourself, you're
that was not
a little
reckless.
crazy.
And actually, as cliche and cheesy as this sounds, I recommend that every woman, no matter what age, go out on a trip by themselves. I mean, you obviously have to pick like a safe environment. I mean, I was there with a tour group. You know, I met other people, and you know, I think it was like, it was weird because it wasn't planned, but it was like almost the best thing that happened to me when I turned 30. You know, being single and going out there, it really built up my confidence and really awakened me to like, what is the real value, you know?
All right, so
And I think, you know, that's just what's important, because I think that is the problem. It gets like forced down a lot of people's throats, like, oh, you need to be married, you need to have a kid, that's the meaning of life. And it's not. That's not the meaning for everyone. That was kind of like back to like the school thing. Like, not everyone needs to be on the same path, and that's okay. You know
what's funny is that all right, so Maha went to Thailand by herself, right? And then recently Maha just went to like somewhere in the States.
Chicago.
Yeah, she went to, I didn't know if you wanted to say it. So she went to Chicago, right? I was like, it's just Chicago compared to Thailand. And then my mom was like, oh my gosh, she went to Chicago by herself?
You're like,
and I'm like,
okay,
she went to Thailand by herself.
We don't need to talk about this on the podcast.
Well, you're the one that said Chicago. I said a place in...
No, but you know, like, it's worrisome. Like, even when she went to Thailand, we all worried about her, obviously.
I dropped her off. I'm like,
you
good?
good?
That was actually
a woman ago.
Like, Brandon dropped me off at the airport. He was like, that was the first time I ever got really worried about you.
No, but like, we were all worried.
Yeah.
But
like, text her through WhatsApp and
because
stuff.
like, if there's a whole Liam Neeson situation, like, I can't come get you.
No, exactly.
I can't do all that. Like,
but being her friend and knowing her for so long, I knew she needed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you know what somebody needs.
Sometimes you need to disconnect.
You
and
just
like,
need
be
to
on your own.
disconnect by yourself. I don't think she's ever done that at that time. She's never...
Yeah, I had not.
Yeah.
That's right. I had always gone on a trip with like I had dated someone in college for 7 years.
God damn.
Right.
I almost threw up hearing 7 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was a toxic...
Okay, so on that note,
Every letter in toxic on top.
yeah, she sounded everything out. So I guess on that note, kind of like my last like whole thing where like you know, like I at least like to learn from people that are older than me, in the sense of like, you feel me? You guys are old Jawns.
No,
You feel me? We gonna bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna always learn.
I'm
playing out right now, yo.
No, it's just straight facts.
It's facts.
It's just straight facts. I like to learn because
that's fine.
because the funny thing is, I have I don't know if you ever met Rachel and fucking Olivia. Shout out to them. So I have
Probably
two friends,
have.
right? They're both like, it's funny. I always like to say they're both super gay. So Rachel and Olivia are super gay. They're both 29. One's 29, one's 30, and they just got married together.
Okay.
So I always ask them.
So
Olivia
got
and
you.
Rachel?
Yeah,
Actually
Olivia and
gay.
Rachel. I don't know if you ever met them. You didn't come to their little housewarming party.
Nah, I
in
didn't
Brooklyn.
get invited.
Yo,
Nah,
but
you did.
shout
I
out
invited
to
you.
them,
We're moving on, though.
though.
I invited you. You didn't come out.
Congratulations.
But yeah,
Shout out to them.
so I always look to them for kind of like, yo,
Guidance.
marriage is like, that's a commitment, bro.
Yeah,
like
that
that's
is-
like something so
that is a big
big,
commitment.
where it's just like, how did you know, kind of deal. So I
Yeah.
always look to like at least learn. So to bring it back to like the main question was just like, you guys, I'm assuming you said you were in a relationship for 7 years, and then I don't know if you were in a relationship after that.
Yeah.
And then Lulu, I don't know if you were
I
recently in a
am
relationship.
chronically single constantly, but I have commitment issues. That's my problem.
I respect
right?
that. Self-awareness at its best. You feel
No,
me?
no, like I've always.
So I guess it's one of those things where like, how did you know? I guess more from Maha then. So like, how did you know that wasn't gonna be it? Like that wasn't gonna work out?
I mean, without trying to get so into detail, I think that was just more like a comfort situation. It was just like, friend, college love, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Easy situation. It's a friend, and I was so busy with school. It was just like a comfortable situation. And I mean, I did love him. I will say I connected with him in a way that I probably won't connect with anyone else, because they say something like there's like 3 loves in your life.
Yeah.
It's like your first love, I guess the one that you think you're gonna marry, and then the unexpected one, or something like that, something to that effect. But anyway, so he was my first
Yeah.
love. So I always wish him well. I really hope he finds happiness. I have no ill feelings towards him, but I knew
Shout out to Brooklyn.
I knew it just wasn't gonna work, because personally for me, I was in school and I knew I wanted to live life. I wanted to travel. I wanted to get
Yeah.
out there, and I was just kind of like in it to be in it. So when I was done with school, I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of over this. I know that's not the case for everyone, but and I know sometimes people in their young 20s do feel like, okay, this is it. But I'm all about living your life, meeting new people, because you meet new people all the time and you connect with people all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess Lulu, for the question for you would be like, you say you had commitment issues, and I super like.
What sign are you?
I'm a Scorpio. I don't pay attention to signs.
Yeah,
So
facts.
Oh, we're like super into astrology.
Yeah.
Well, she's an
I'm
Aquarius,
an Aquarius.
but it also depends on your moon, your ascending. But okay,
Oh,
we won't
okay.
get into that.
So I guess my question for Lulu will be like, since you say you obviously understand yourself and you know you have commitment issues, then how do you think you would know, like, if you met somebody tomorrow, like, oh, this might be something, this might not be it, like, I guess my question would be like, how would you gauge, like, if you met somebody like tomorrow or the next day, or somebody you already know in your life, like, kind of like, how do you gauge that relationship with them?
I think the problem with me, if I have to like assess myself, which why are we doing this on this podcast? If I had to assess myself,
Tell us
I
all your
have met, like I've dated people that I'm like, man, they should like really be boyfriend material, but I'm like, but if you get into a relationship, then like you have to share, and then like you have to tell them what you're doing at every moment, and that like just that little thing, it's like I can't, like so I pull back, right? And then it ends up being like 2 years down the line, the person's like, you want to go to dinner? And they're like, this is why it didn't work out. And I'm like, I know, because I have a big commitment thing. But if I met someone tomorrow, I still wouldn't commit, because I would like to know, like, to me, I want to be friends with the person I marry. And to me, like, marriage is like such a construct. It's like so systemic.
Nah,
blah, blah, blah.
obviously.
So like, I don't necessarily need to be married to somebody. I just want somebody that's about me. Like right now, I can't say like what I'm gonna feel at 40, but at 33, I know that I just want somebody that's like, yo, I'm about you. I need somebody that, because I'm very much like driven, so I need somebody that's like not gonna like yoke me up, but like he's like, girl, chill, or like go pack your bags, we're going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need somebody that's gonna,
I think as a whole,
take the reins for me sometimes, because I'm just always like a do it. Like, let's just do it, let's just do it, you know? Like,
I think our group of friends, It's funny because Brandon's like obviously my younger brother, but he knows my group of friends, and
He's
I
like
think
our little brother.
we're all different, you know, in some aspects, but it's so cool because I think our foundation is all the same, and it's just like we're very loyal women. We're very about giving the same energy, and I think that's what's important. So even though we have different goals, it's kind of like based on the same thing, right? So maybe marriage is not important for her, but okay, like I want to get, if I ever do decide to have children, I want to be married first, right? But it's not the marriage that's important, it's the energy that's important. Like I want my husband to have the same energy
kind of
as
like,
me, loyal.
To be kind of like on the same page and
partner.
just like,
And that's not to say, you know, we're able to have fun and like chill, but I'm not into the in-between thing. Like if I'm single, I'm gonna be single.
I need you to be here, like
right. But if I'm gonna be in a relationship, right? It's like, all right, so let's have this.
No, yeah,
energy,
that's I get it, I get it, because that's a big thing with me, where it's like, not to cut you off, my fault. That's a big thing with me, where it's like the 32-year-old John, I was just like, yo, like we click on the same page with a lot of things, and I can go out with you and have fun with my friends, and then I can go out with just you, or I can go out with my friends and you go out with your friends, and I don't gotta worry about anything. So that's why I took that L.
She was really hard. She was really into Kanye.
But wait,
so what happened? Who broke up with who?
Did you break up with
she
her?
ghosted me completely.
Wait, but why?
You gotta ask her. If you find her, ask her.
Well, do you feel like you know why?
I think I guess so my perspective of it was like when she ghosted the shit out of me, it was like I think it was one of those things where it was like she saw me as like I was 24 at the time. And she was 32. She was about to be 33.
She thought he was gonna waste his time.
And like she brought it up. She brought it up before she ghosted me. She was like, "Yo, like we could date for 3 years, and I'll be 36.
You could dub me,
and you'll be 27. And like if you dub me, I just wasted 3 years."
Okay.
So it was kind of like that fear of like.
At it.
But then I was telling her.
What did you say to her?
But I was telling her, I was like, "Yo, like I'm so committed to this that there's not even that fear for me, at least. Like, but I respect it because like." I understand.
I feel like people put too much, too much weight on age. Like to me, look, I'm not trying to date a 21-year-old. It's not like an R. Kelly situation.
5-year max.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a 5-year max.
But yeah, like you know, if somebody.
Wait, how old are you again, Maha?
I'm gonna be 33.
You're gonna be 33 and I'm gonna be 26. You said 5-year max. Ah, damn.
I mean,
I'm a little out of that.
Did you just make it?
Nah, I'm a little out of it.
I mean, acceptance. I don't know. Anyway. I feel like people put too much weight on that, and so if there's like a connection there, and I feel like you're big on this too. Like if we're big on connections, then that to me is like OD great.
That's where I thought me and her clicked.
Because all I need is a vibe. Like if we're vibing on every single level, in terms of like. You don't have to have the same job as me or like the same whatever. Yeah. But
as
if
long as we have the same interests and
your
the same drive and the same
then we're gonna rock.
That's where I thought me and her were good, but then I guess
she was really into
wrong.
Kanye.
Oh,
yo, and you don't understand how much I love Kanye. So it's like I never met somebody else that loved Kanye as much as like her. So it's like, yo, we lit, blah. But
we met her.
Yeah, at the party.
At Maha's birthday?
Yeah, Maha's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty lit too.
So I guess to kind of wrap this up, I feel like
I'm so sorry, but like shout out to Freddie who's not here, who missed a really good episode.
Yeah,
like,
Freddie missed
dedication
a great
is real.
episode.
Could have took an Uber over here.
Could have, like.
But the thing he's looking for an older John to like to help
take care of him.
Take care of him.
Nah, he's
take care of him. Shout out to Freddie.
Freddie lives on 34th Street.
Yeah.
No, he lives on 34th.
Around 34th. Around 34th.
My 5-year max has just opened. Attention.
So I feel like this episode wouldn't be complete without me addressing Maha. You feel me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm always.
I'm ready for all this.
I feel like I can dub it. I can dub it. I can just drop it right now if it's fine.
Listen,
I can drop it.
I'm about this investigative reporting, so like. I need to know both sides.
So the context.
Bro, you know the
because I have questions for you too. I got questions for you too.
Episode, what was it? Episode. It was when we were in the studio.
It was like episode 4.
It came up and he brought up. He said Old John, and I thought it was like some other girl that he was talking about. So I was like, oh yeah, I was playing along with it. And then Maha like came to me like a few days after the episode, And remember you came to the house late
Yes,
to pick up something?
Well, okay.
Context. Let me give people context.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know, I shot my shot with Maha. So,
While he was with me, and then I realized it was while he was
And this
with
is
me
why I have
in the
questions for
same.
you.
so
I want
I
him to
shot.
go
So
first.
the thing is, this is. Let me at least say my piece.
Okay.
So I shot my shot with Maha, knowing that that's one of my best friend's sisters, but in the sense of,
I'm his best friend.
in the sense of, I would never do one of my friends wrong. So whenever I shot my shot with Maha, it was calculated. I was like, yo, if I ever get with Maha, that's commitment type material because I would never do my friends wrong.
Okay.
So that's where I shot my shot. And I was like, yo, Ma, like, blah, blah, like, I shot my shot.
Okay.
Knowing with the intention that I was like, if she was with it, I was going to commit. It wasn't gonna be one of those things where it's like, yo, Maha, come to my crib. Blah,
It wasn't
blah,
like a secret lover thing.
No, it was
just
gonna be like, yo, I am dating Maha.
Right.
So I shot my shot with that intention.
So
Talk about secret lover. Actually, I got so many stories. So the so there was one time. There was one time I was working a pizza event, and Maha's like, oh no, Amil's
Your face.
Shit.
Amil's texting in my group chat or in our group chat, and he's like, oh, like, what time does the event end? Like, I'm about to pull up. I'm like, bro, you never pull up to these events. Like,
because you went.
Oh, I invited him.
Yeah.
That's why. But that
and
was
then
after.
and then like a few minutes later, I got a text from Maha, and Maha's like, oh, I'm coming to the event. And I didn't really like put two and two together because him and Caesar were talking about like bringing people. And I was like, oh yeah, they know people that they could bring. And then Maha gets here, and then she's like, oh, is Amiel here? I'm like, no, he's not here yet. And I didn't even put two and two together.
You're like, yo, I'm trying to work this event.
And
bro.
then Amiel gets here, and he's like outside, and I'm like, yo, bro, just come in. And he's like, nah, I'm waiting for someone. I'm like, who are you waiting for? And then he's like, oh, I'm waiting for Maha. I'm like,
we need to rewind. Okay, I just want to dance that night. But
Okay. So when he shot his shot, let's take it
well,
from there.
Amiel sent a message on Twitter.
Because I didn't have her number at the time.
That's correct.
I didn't have a number
That's
at the time.
correct.
He was super
However,
lit that night,
it
too.
was when I just want to give a disclaimer because I remember him on the podcast saying, "Oh, she didn't answer until the next morning." I legit was sleeping when I got the message because I got the message at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and I
Which
woke
is the
up.
worst
Because
time
me
to
and
send
Amiel-
But I
messages.
know. The thing is, I know.
Actually,
because me and Amiel
I
were
know.
out during that
Yeah,
time.
Right.
But I didn't even get lit. Like I was like,
No, but I'm just
100%.
saying,
But
if
I
you're trying to get a
understand.
girl,
It
don't
was-
send no
understand
message
that
at
It was two
Yeah, I
messages
understand.
back to back, and it was one paragraph shooting a shot, and the second one giving a disclaimer about how he wasn't drunk.
Because I felt like because I knew the
So-
time.
Okay,
I knew the time.
So when I
He was low-key chopped.
answered the message, I sent it, because as he mentioned, I met his older girlfriend the year before, so I know he dates older women, but I looked at him like a younger brother because he introduced me as his sister to the other
Wow.
woman. He did. He said, "This is like my older sister."
So maybe
He
you
ruined
So-
the
ruined it
relationship.
for
I just
yourself.
want
Now
to
he
give.
ruined the
so I
relationship.
just,
Okay.
Now it's
wanna
awkward
give-
now.
I got nothing to say.
I just want to
Never
give
do
the
that.
first,
Damn,
the
what a
first
douche.
word of advice. If you put yourself in the friend zone,
You're gonna
you're
stay
gonna
in the
stay
friend
there.
zone.
That's
That's
number
a
one.
fact.
That's
That's a
number
fact.
one.
Sometimes.
Number two. What is it? Dominicans cousins.
Ah, shit. I already heard that. Go ahead. Keep going.
Number two, at the time, I was still talking to my boyfriend.
Yes.
So when I said, yo, you don't want these problems, that's what it meant.
Okay, wait. I gotta cut you off there. I have to cut you off there.
I
Now
don't
you really
think-
didn't
hold
want
on.
you really didn't want those problems.
Go ahead,
I don't
go ahead,
think-
'cause I'm gonna cut
I
you
don't
off.
think
You don't
that
want those
from
problems.
either point of view, no one should go into something new, even if it's just dating, when you have your foot in something else.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut you off there. Cause as a guy, at least like my perspective of it, right?
This is like a real air out situation.
Yo,
Maury
because
type
I
of
feel like people
situation.
would listen to this and be like, yo, I want to know what it's like going back and forth. Like,
Yeah.
so this is what I'm thinking, at least. So when you say you don't really want these problems, in my head, I'm like, oh, she think I can't handle that.
Oh.
That's at least my thought process of
Right.
it.
It was
Nah, you can't
Bad
handle
communication.
Because you could have easily just said like, no, I'm with my boyfriend.
But she, Okay.
Come on, Lulu.
Wait.
No,
Because
I
can I do both? Can I do both?
Yeah,
Okay,
Come on,
so
Lulu.
she was kind of like in between the feelings with her boyfriend, so that's why she was kind of.
So
like,
I'm not crazy to assume that there was like an opportunity. Like
I don't
just-
know that you have to ask her, but what I'm saying is I'm deciphering what she's saying.
Right.
You don't want these problems.
She's
meaning
just defining what I said.
she's like, I'm trying to get over my boyfriend,
You know
but
what's funny
not.
is that
Now
I got the same response
Sure.
from Shorty that I was talking to during the summer. Remember?
I just have a
remember
couple
Shorty from the
questions for
summer?
Brandon over here.
All right, continue.
What are your questions
So,
for
like,
Brandon?
Okay, so when you found out
Yeah.
that old John, which we're gonna change the name.
Okay. Also,
When you-
he called me Steph Curry.
Okay,
It's
yes.
Steph Curry. 'cause
So
we
when
pulling-
you found out that Maha was Steph Curry, right? And this is like a sub A. Did Freddie know who Steph Curry was?
No.
So
I
no-
kept that shit 100% to
yourself.
myself.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
when-
just
100% to
as a
myself.
rewind,
I don't even
I
think we were
didn't
chilling with
say
Freddie.
anything about the message because I said, you know what? For lack of
You
better
don't
words,
want these problems.
I didn't want to make anything awkward. They are best friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, it's
But
nothing.
that's my question
but then
to Brandon.
Once he had a girlfriend, because then Amiel, I don't know if Amiel still has a girlfriend. or
No,
not.
I don't.
But he had a
But I
girlfriend.
did have a
You hear that,
girlfriend.
ladies?
I did have a girlfriend after like probably like a month
Right.
after that message.
So then
I heard it
once
didn't
he
work
had the
out
girlfriend, I
from the
told
podcast.
Brandon, I said, oh, by the way, I was Steph Curry. And Brandon didn't believe me. He said, no, it's somebody else.
But this is what I'm saying. When you found out that Steph Curry was your sister, did you like feel away, or were you just like, wow, really? Why you guys didn't just tell me?
I didn't really care.
Yeah.
Because
You
the thing
just
is,
didn't
the thing
care.
is like, yo, I'm
Unaffected.
like,
Fam.
I'm super
Platonic.
mindful. No, I was super mindful of the fact that this was Brandon's sister, arguably my best friend. So I would never,
Arguably.
Sorry,
know what that
Freddie.
means.
arguably, you feel me?
Sorry, Freddie.
So,
What?
so I would never pull that shot unless I knew I was ready to commit to something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
like I wasn't looking at Maha
I don't
like.
think anybody was upset about that, or anybody was
yeah.
doubting.
Were
him in
you
that way.
nervous about shooting your shot, and why were you nervous?
I was nervous because of how she would have perceived it. Because I can tell, like, again, I shot my shot at like 2 a.m. I was in my crib, like I wasn't drunk, like I was just here, like I'm like, damn, bro, like I really finding myself thinking of this girl. So shot my shot, and then it was one of those things where I was like, I know if I shoot my shot, I'm gonna commit to that.
Okay.
So it wasn't on some type of thing where I'm like, yo, Maha, come to my crib,
But I
blah
didn't
blah.
take it offensive,
And, like
yeah.
never.
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever would anyway. But I just wanted to know like how he felt.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah.
how that's
'Cause
100%
that could be
how I
very
felt.
nerve-
No,
Nerve-wracking,
because
100%
you know,
no.
messages from certain people can be
Yeah.
a little bit not
Yeah,
not
nah.
offensive per se, but you're like,
You're like,
But you're like, you
okay,
know
you
he
know
just
what's
wanna
going
smash
on.
that.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
right,
right.
yeah.
I didn't
Right.
take it as that way, so
Okay.
that's that. However, just to fast forward to the Pizza Zoo party, I was supposed to go with my cousin and a friend, and I wanted to go dancing and
Yo, Brenda's like.
Oh, I got
chilling,
notes
like-
on this. I got notes
but
on this. So go ahead.
both my friend, it was actually Benny, he couldn't, well, he said he couldn't come because of all this, so he was like flaking out, and he had bought a ticket already, and then my cousin Adrian was stuck at work, and I was like, yo, I really want to go to this party, I really want to dance, and I was just like, you know what? So I had Amiel's number from a group chat from when we were setting up the podcast, so I texted him out of nowhere, and I was like, yo, do you want to come to a party with me? And I invited him, and that was that. But it was just
But,
the dancing.
but
Yo,
I have a question now.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
But when you invited him, did you think that may cause him to think he may have opportunities still?
No,
Did you think that when she hit
Yes,
you up? That's
because-
what I'm saying.
Yes,
Wait,
because
no,
wait, go,
that's
like
what-
yeah,
that's
because
what it
no.
sounds like.
At least the perception, you feel me? So whatever you say is your truth. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
of
Like
course.
whatever I say
Yeah.
is my truth. So like, whatever you
'Cause when you're
say,
saying, I'm like,
Damn.
I would if I got a text like that if I was a dude and I shot my shot, but you didn't tell me no,
yeah,
right? And
so
you're inviting me out. I'd
it's
be like,
all
she's with
perception.
it.
And I look at, of course, hindsight is 20/20.
Of
You feel me?
course,
So
yeah.
like, I look back on it now and I'm like, yo, Maha was not shooting her shot.
Right.
She just really wanted to dance and
Right.
be lit out
and just be cool.
But
Like,
at that moment in time, I'm like, yo, she shoot, like, we're here. Like,
yeah,
I have a
we
chance.
are connecting.
So I get the text like, yo, I really want to dance. Come to this party. So then I'm like, yo, I don't know if I could go. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, it was a week that I didn't get paid.
Okay.
So I was like broke. And I'm like, yo, I can't go. Like, I'm
Right.
broke. And then I get the text from Ma, like, I got you. Like, you know, I'm an older John, blah, blah, blah. Laugh my ass off. I get, yo, We exposing it all.
You said I'm an older John?
Yes, she admitted to that.
Ooh.
She admitted to that. We can put the receipts out. We gonna put the receipts on Twitter. So
this is content. We're gonna put this on the.
So she goes like, "Yo, I'm an older John. I got you. Laugh my ass off." And I'm like, "All right, cool. Like, I'm gonna pull up on
Oh, I probably joked about it.
you." There you go.
But you
There
said
go.
old John.
Hold on, I gotta see.
She
Or
said
did
she.
you say
keep
Steph
talking.
Curry?
I'm not lying on my
With the
podcast. You feel me?
Oh, okay, yeah. I said I have money. I'm an old John with the rolling eyes emoji.
All right, okay, 'cause you-
Oh
sarcastic.
shit. Okay.
Right.
Again,
Okay,
perception.
And just to add to it, I put a disclaimer.
I just want to dance.
I just want to dance.
Perception is everything. Perception is everything.
said I just wanna
I get that. I
dance.
just want to dance. One thing I know about myself is like,
But-
go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, and this isn't like no smoke for you, whatever. But even if you're like, I just want to dance, he's gonna be like, yo, I gotta go. Like,
Yeah, all right,
she's
Lulu.
inviting me, I gotta go.
Lulu, wait, I haven't even hit you with the best part yet.
Oh,
The best part. I got the text that said, don't blow your shot.
No, don't blow your mission.
mission.
Don't blow your mission.
Don't blow your
Same
mission.
difference.
No.
Same difference.
Different.
so what did you mean?
Same difference.
Bake it to the party.
Lulu, come on.
Oh.
That's a little rough.
It's
Like
a
that's a
little-
little rough
That's a
interpretation.
little leading on.
That's a
at
little
least.
blurry. It's a little
At
blurry.
I
least.
said TTYL.
It's a little
Yeah,
blurry.
but like it's a little.
Don't blow your mission.
It's a little blurry.
What does don't blow your mission mean?
I'm just saying. For us, we're being so innocent about it. We don't even.
I
And
wanted
then
my
the
dance
guy is.
partner. I'm just saying what
a
I meant.
little-
It's all good.
I'm
It's
just
all
saying.
good.
But
It's
now
all
that
good.
we're.
But now that we're clear,
interpreting, like,
now that we're
It's
clear.
all perception.
Yes,
it's all how you
interpretation.
receive it.
See, that's what I said.
interpretation.
There's three
It's
truths.
all
There's
that.
my truth, your truth, and the truth. Told you.
Is the I heard a real lit thing.
Exactly. Who has that?
Nah, I heard a
We heard your truth, but who has the truth? Like,
I heard a real lit thing. It was like the rule of 10. It was like 3 people gonna agree with it, 3 people gonna disagree, 4 people
That's
gonna
what
just
I'm
be
saying,
whatever
because I
about
was
it.
like, "What's like that?"
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just for future, right? Like, if someone else, like,
Just
shoots
for
their
future,
shot-
don't text nobody. Don't blow your mission.
Don't. Oh, okay.
Just for the future reference.
I can invite them to dance, but don't say don't blow your
No,
mission.
because you could.
What does don't blow your mission really mean?
Like,
Like,
that's up for interpretation.
Well,
now.
because he lived in the Bronx and the party was in Manhattan. I was like,
No,
what if we
well,
don't-
actually, so I had like a similar situation during the summer, and every time she would invite me out, I would be like, "Oh, this is my shot." Like,
to give a disclaimer,
This is it.
another girl, not me.
yes, not
Oh,
his
that's-
sister.
obviously.
Well,
Not his
because
sister.
he's like she.
but I would be like, "Oh, this is my shot," but then it turns out it really wasn't. It was just to chill. But like, I
Oh,
guess
that's the
it's
girl I
I
met?
guess it's open. Yeah.
Shout out to Scuba Steve.
Shout out to Scuba Steve. Y'all never gonna get that joke.
Didn't I like that girl?
I
Actually,
didn't-
can we
I-
explain that joke? Because that is actually really
I
funny.
almost said something real crazy, so we might have to wrap it up.
He's like, this is what
But
Cardi's
anyway,
saying.
she used to wear what do you call that?
Onesies, like whole onesies, like a scuba
onesies.
diver. And we used to call her Scuba
Onesie.
Steve.
And one
Like
night,
bodysuits?
yeah, she
Yeah,
had like a
bodysuits.
full bodysuit on that was like black and looked like a
Shiny.
wetsuit. It looked like a
Yeah,
wetsuit,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So me and Amiel, we was like lit, leaning on the car, and we was looking at her,
They
and I was
called her
like,
Scuba
and I was
Steve.
like, yo, she does look like Scuba Steve, bro. And we started dying.
You're wondering why it didn't work out? You probably said that shit
Nah,
out loud.
that was towards like
You
that.
probably said that shit out loud. Like,
Nah, it was towards
We
the
did
end.
say it out loud.
It was towards the end
the-
of like
She's probably
whatever they
crying
had.
now.
Yeah, when I was trying to
Time.
phase it out.
You
yeah.
met her.
You remember that
You
time,
met her.
girl? I
That's the one
did,
that
I
went to
did, and I
Lulus.
was like, I don't really like her.
Anyways, moving
We're
on.
very judgmental, you know, like when it comes to. who
We're
you
very
date.
protective
Yeah.
over
Just saying.
Brandon.
Super protective. I'm the same way.
No, we are.
I'm the same way. I told him. I tell him now.
Everyone told me I did
Yo,
that.
It's
I
all
remember
good.
Brandon with the bowl cut. Like, you know what I'm saying?
bowl cut.
Yo.
I could never bring that out. Like bring that back.
Yo, you could.
I could.
All right, so I like the fact that we got everything out in the air.
That was great.
It's all perception
wow,
and interpretation,
what
I
a great
guess.
show.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
And
you know,
thank you
this
for
is
your
good.
honesty, honestly, because not a lot of
Yo,
people.
we gonna be super honest on this podcast.
Not a lot of people will be like open to talking to the person that
That's
they shot their
right.
shot
That's
with.
right.
Yo, we
So-
only open
Kudos
out
to
here.
you,
Kudos.
you know.
You know why? Because I like to think me and my hostel, like, I'm gonna pull one more shot.
I
It's
feel
coming
like
soon.
you will. I feel like
It's coming
as
soon.
as you
It's
turn,
coming
like
soon.
28.
It's not brother sister vibes anymore though.
It's not brother sister vibes anymore.
It's a little.
It's coming soon.
The
It's
next
coming
person
soon.
he
It's
is
a little
like,
awkward now.
And you know what? I like.
she's looking at me.
I
I can't
finally,
make jokes
like-
anymore. That's it.
I finally got to a point where I'm super secure to myself. Where I'm just like, yo, like I'm a catch, and I know I am.
He's
So
a
it's
shooter.
like,
the message.
He's a
I'm
shooter.
so proud of you.
and I'm just gonna shoot.
You should see him out.
Honestly,
a shooter.
What's that game?
His
the
shot
basketball
percentage
game
is very
at,
high.
Dave and Buster's.
Yep.
You just keep shooting
His shot
until
percentage
it
is very
gets
high.
through the hoop.
But I'm very.
Time's up.
Or until the time's
You
up.
feel me? I'm being selective with it. I like to think. The problem is, I think Maha thinks I'm out here just pulling.
He's watching. Just know that. He's like,
Oh no, I won't get that creepy with
Who's
it.
watching?
I won't
I'm
get that
waiting.
creepy with it.
I'm in Amiel right here.
Oh.
He's watching her.
I thought you were talking about someone else.
I won't
you know,
get that
'cause-
creepy with it.
Oh,
Stalker.
no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
He might.
I like to think Maha.
He low-key might.
All right.
Low-key might be like,
Damn.
All right.
low-key might just be passing by.
I guess that's the end of this
That's
episode.
the end of this.
I like to think Maha thinks I'm just out here pulling randomly, and it's not the case. But you feel me? This is episode what? 15?
Episode 15.
One
Oh, did you
five.
guys figure it out? Nice.
Yeah, we figured it out.
If
Brandon
you
looked it
guys
up.
want us to come back for like the 20th anniversary, like, let us know.
20th
Yeah, we're down.
anniversary.
We're down to come back.
Yeah.
You can come back anytime you want. It's
Yeah.
always welcome.
Yeah.
Will it still be here?
Yes, it would still be here. Worst
Even
case
if-
scenario,
even
it'll
if-
probably be
shout
at
out
a
to Courtney.
studio in Malhaven, which is a lot closer
If
to y'all.
Courtney buys the apartment, it's still gonna be here.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
one of
Shout
the
out to Courtney.
conditions
Shout out to
other
Courtney.
the sublease.
Shout out to
That's gonna be in the contract.
Yeah.
Still have to record
Podcast on
podcasts here.
Sundays.
Yeah.
Courtney's gonna be lurking. What do you guys do?
But we
Anyway.
here. It's been episode 15, you feel me, of the Worst Guys Pod.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you guys.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
really like this podcast.
That's
I
why we
actually
brought
watch
champagne.
it while I'm at work. Yeah, we brought champagne. We're drinking mimosas here.
Celebrating you
We've
guys.
been ghosts
you
for
know?
so long.
Y'all,
But like y'all get the art like when y'all get it.
you get the art when you get the art.
Yeah.
And like I am the podcast. You
Like
feel
y'all
me?
don't pay for this. Like these are like,
I am the podcast. Like you feel me? Like I
Oh my
carry
God.
us. Like Brandon
All right,
and
like
Freddie get on my back.
you're a good host.
I carry us.
I mean, when we peel off and have our own podcast, maybe you guys.
Yeah,
could, like,
actually.
you know,
If anybody
be guests
is
on our
They were
show.
trying to have a podcast themselves, like a few years
trying
back.
to have.
Trying.
We're
'cause
still gonna.
We'll see. All right, yo, episode 15. The intro was my man J Prov. The outro is J Prov because I'm gonna support my
Intro
students.
and outro.
Face tats.
Face tats at 15,
Shout out to him.
and we here, man. Episode 15, gang, gang.
BX,
Shout out to
gang.
Freddie.
Stand up.
I love you.
RX Maha. I'll be back soon.
All right, and pause.
It's a sweet life, yeah, it's a sweet life, yeah. Baby, you should be my wife, yeah. Why you looking so fine, yeah? It's a sweet life, yeah, it's a sweet life, yeah. Baby, you should be my wife, yeah. Why you looking so fine, yeah? It's a sweet life, yeah, it's a sweet life, yeah. Baby, you should be my wife, yeah. Why you looking so fine, Now I got money, what you like? Come on, baby, show me what you like. You gon' bounce that ass on me, I'ma catch it like it's light. We good for like animals, we party all night.
Living right, cause I wanna see the lights, baby. I could treat you right.
And you so bad, yeah. Look me in the eyes when I smash, yeah. Don't care about the price, we rip tags. I know we should take it slow, don't sip it fast, yeah. You so bad, yeah. Look me in the eyes when I smash, yeah. Don't care about the price, we ripping tags. I know we should take it slow, don't sip it fast.
Way to God made
Yeah,
you.
they tell me what they make ya. They tell me I won't make it to the places I'ma take ya. You say I'm a player. Huh.
But it's gonna be alright.
Yeah, it's a sweet life. Yeah, it's a sweet life. Okay.